So the market is up today by about 8 points, but we know that volumes are thin. We know that foreign investors are a bit jittery about this market. We know all sorts of problems, but what helped to support the market today, and will that sustain itself into the rest of the week and next week maybe?
One thing you have to take into account when you look at the Nairobi bourse right now is that prices are at pretty low levels. Shares are one could consider them to be bargains, and I think the steps by the central bank to show up the shilling, because what investors need to see is that they are earning a positive return on their investment. So we're looking at whether what we want to see from the markets is whether either rates go up or inflation comes down, just to bring everything into positive territory, so that we could see a little bit more of foreign investment participation, because after all they're here to make money, not to lose the investment.
I'm glad you've raised that, because what we are seeing now is a few profit warnings being issued by companies. I think the strongest to date coming from CMC, saying that they expect their earnings to decline about 25%. Safaricom's also given some indications for their fiscal year 2011, saying that the weaker shilling is starting to encroach on their operational costs. That is why they've had to raise tariffs. So generally we're getting a sense that profits are not going to be looking good because of a depreciating currency and just the volatile environment in which companies are operating. So for those investors that dare to stay in Kenya, where's the value? As you're saying, shares are cheaper, so it's more affordable to come into the market right now, but you're not going to make money in this market.
Well, not. I don't want to rush and say that, because some of the inflationary pressures are coming from supply side measures. I mean, issues that can be resolved in a matter of months. So there's value to be gained from that. Just that alone. The other source of value could be, of course, future growth. Even as Safaricom says that it's beginning to feel pressures on its costs. Well, the other dynamic is that they raise their calling costs, and having seen that the subscriber base grow, then we expect at least stronger revenues, not just from voice but even from data. So which has also been growing pretty strongly. That will be confirmed sometimes in November when they do their half-year report. Yes. So it's true that the weak shilling has hurt businesses in general terms, and it's not just weak shilling against currencies, also against commodities. However, we're confident that the central bank will take steps, and in the press release they said apart from this issue, I mean the action they took to raise the central bank rate by 400 basis points. They will also be meeting the first week of every month to review the position, so that they can, and if that has not been, the issue has not been resolved, then they will take further steps then.
Okay, so you're confident that the authorities have some sort of a grip now on the depreciating currency. KQ shares today looking a bit better, and as Mashuru said, everybody's watching what's going to happen with the IPO for Precision Air in Tanzania and the restructuring of shareholding for KQ and the majority shareholder in Tanzania. The question I have for you is the East African community, a lot of new listings, Trans-Century for instance, Bralirwa, Bank de Kigali, and the general state of the market at this time. Lots of shares have seen the prices declining. We've seen limited subscription or very modest subscription in a lot of these IPOs. So for companies coming to market right now, the timing factor, where's the sense in all of it?
Well, to start with, I think Bank of Kigali did pretty well. They were many times oversubscribed, having seen strong participation even from Kenya. Well, the Kenyan local IPO scene, we've had issues, and that might also creep up to Precision Air because of the small notion of a valuation. If the market does not agree with the valuation that the issuers have slapped on their issue, then you might have a problem with listing. Other issues, of course, come with, and with regard to foreigner participation, of course, is the weakness of the regional currencies. So that puts pay to foreign investor participation. However, we think that if your valuation is good, I mean, we expect that participation to be strong, and successful IPOs will follow then.